Hi guys! In today's video we'll be doing this Draculaura vampire doll. After all the other fairy tale creatures and such that I've done as dolls, some of you requested a vampire, so I thought it would be fun to revamp Draculaura since she is actually a vampire and kind of give my take on it, so that's what we're doing today. So here's the original doll. I bought her on sale, but actually from new and not second hand this time, and she came in this kimono type dress. As usual, I started by removing all of the hair and the original face. Once the face was all clean, I used a mixture of my Acetone knife, this electric file and some hand files into modding the mouth to be open so we'd be able to see the teeth. Then I took a piece of polymer clay and pushed this to the mouth area to make an indent, and then I baked this piece of clay before making a mold of it. Once we had a mold of the mouth, I cut away the bottom lip, and this was just to make it easier to sculpt the teeth, which I then made in white polymer clay. Once you're happy with the teeth, you bake them on the mold, according to package instructions. Then we can actually get onto the actual face, spray the face with Mr. Super Clear, get out your watercolor pencils, a bit of mica powder for the eyes, and some chalk pastel. I made the eyes smaller than what the doll originally had because I wanted a slightly more natural look, but not, hyper realistic because that's not my forte. So I sketched them on with grey off camera just to get the placement and the size right, and then I went in with black on camera. I used blue mica powder for the eyes, which I mixed with a bit of water before dabbing it on, and I went for blue because I think when I think of a vampire, I want the color to be a little unnatural, but not that much. And I didn't want to go red, so I thought a kind of icy, sparkly blue would look cool. For the lips, I wanted them to be red and bold, so I used a slightly darker color for the outline and then filled in the lips with a slightly lighter color and blended the two together. At this point I sealed the doll again so I could work on top, and this was mainly just to seal in the mica powder because that stuff just tends to get everywhere unless you seal it. I repeat some of the steps from the first layer just to build up opacity. For the eyebrows, I started by sketching them out kind of in grey soft pastel, just because I could brush this on and then use an eraser to get the shape that I want. And once I was happy with the shape, I went over them with a very dark brown pencil to start with. For harsher highlights on the face, I will use my white pencil, and later when I want softer highlights, I'll use some white chalk pastel. For the eyeshadow, I use soft pastel, and I start by applying a layer of some purple, because I want to add black on top later, but I didn't want it to be, you know, just a flat black or a cool black. I wanted it to have a bit of a warm undertone, so that's why I used the purple first, and then I apply black on top of that. I use grey to contour around the face. I added a slightly darker blue in mica powder again to the tops of the eyes before sealing in and working on top. I add white lines to the irises just to make some color variation, and I'll be shading the tops of the eyes a little bit later with some black chalk pastel, and this just gives a nice dimension. Again, I repeat a lot of the same steps just to build up opacity. To make sure the lower part of the eye white stayed white, I used an eraser to remove the chalk pastel that might have fallen there. Time for another seal. I only draw on bottom eyelashes because I'll be adding 3-dimensional ones afterwards. For the highlights of the eyes, I used the watercolor effect of my white pencil because it gives a very opaque color. After a bit of final highlighting, I was happy with the face, so I sealed it in a final time. Now for the hair. I used some black 100% acrylic yarn, which I brushed out and then straightened before making into doll wefts. I paint the scalp with black acrylic paint just to make the hair seem very dense once I put it on, and I want a part in the middle, which means I'll need to glue 2 wefts kind of going towards each other, and I start with the one before building up the rest of the hair going around and adding the other in the end. And once everything was glued in place and dried, I flip the part each way so we have a proper part, and I held it down with a piece of kitchen film just to set it. And that's the hair done. Next you can glue in the teeth. I also added the doll eyelashes, which I always glue on and then trim the length of the actual lash afterwards. And then I glazed both the eyes and the lips. And here she is, all done. Now just to recap, here's the original doll. And here's my take on Draculaura. I really hope you enjoyed this project and that you like my take on her. Thank you guys so much for watching, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the new one real soon. Bye!